Hello, and welcome to another special aside episode of LAWhammer, where we take a tale down the River Reik with everybody's favourite bright wizard stroke. Is he something else? Elrick! Yeah. So this particular episode takes place when Elrick is at Corrobreth's mum's hut, the Ma. And it will be while they're staying the night there, and she has something that she wishes to say to him. It's a nudge and a push and a push and a nudge.
What? I imagine he was asleep. What?
Yep.
Huh?
As her leering face is over you. And she goes, shh.
I'm really not in the mood.
She says, come with me now.
He'll grab his staff and
looks around everyone else, and her fingers dance about. You see a slight scattering of magic just on the periphery of your vision. Snoring spreads. That'll keep him.
Right. Okay. How can I help?
Opens up. You are coming with me this way, she says. Takes her. We have to walk outside. And she starts leading you down the path that you came up from the river.
Mm-hmm.
She looks back at you every once in a while. All around you, life can be heard. Insects buzzing, life spilling. But much like when you were making your way through with Corrobreth, none of them seem to bug you. Little lanternflies.
Any birds?
No.
Probably too late
Night.
anyway.
Yeah. As she pops through, occasionally muttering to herself. Out of my way. Leaping down, picks up a snake, looks at, points it at it, throws it away.
Okay.
And then keeps walking down.
Was that poisonous or just annoying?
And she looks at you.
Just
and then carries on down. Yeah. When she reaches the water, she raises up her old nose. The small hairs on the length of it glinting in the moonlight, picking out every last one of her wrinkles. And she looks at you and then points. We are going up here, she says.
Okay.
It is a climb.
Are you all right?
Yes, I am all right, she says, until I get to the edge.
Okay. Just tell me if you need help. How dark is it, or is the moonlight?
The moonlight is providing more than enough light. As you reach up towards the top of the climb, and she hobbles on off on her stick, moving at quite some pace, and after about 10 minutes comes to a halt. Then looks at you and raises her hand.
Yeah?
We're about to move beyond the periphery. Her accent is quite different to how she was pitching it earlier. When we do this, I am going to become weak. I might require some help.
Okay, as I said,
we cannot talk of what I am going to talk of in here. But we can out there.
Now, I walked away from the story. I don't want to know the story that you told my friends.
He says, I'm not going to tell you anything of that.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you something else that you need to hear.
And what's the periphery? What are we walking through?
The Great Circle.
Okay. Oh, I thought we were... No, never mind.
As you hear an audible crack, as her bones slowly crack and settle. And sounds like a deflation. This way, she says. Do not mind carrying me, do you? This is much worse than last time.
No, yeah, I can carry you. You don't look like you weigh much.
She doesn't. She's a spindly old woman. As from the back, she points the direction to go.
She's got a carrot in front.
Go! And she leads you about half an hour through a long twisting path And then along by the river, which babbles away, in the far distance, you can see the rise of the barren hills.
In terms
of occasional
so
trees.
when she gets old and Elrick picks her up,
yes,
is he getting a sense that he's past the boundary? Is there any
he has not had
differences?
an observable difference.
No.
For him, it's not like all of his senses are suddenly going, It's gradual enough that once he's about 10 minutes out, he can, upon reflection, go, oh, there's much less Skyrim here. But while you were making the transition, there was no point where you go, oh, it goes down.
It's not like a hard wall.
It's not a hard wall. Yeah. And she slumps on you further and further the more you move yourself away from the edge. And she almost whispers in your ear, yeah, keep walking. We have to walk at least. We have to be quite beyond it.
Are you sure you'll be okay?
Yeah, I will be fine. This isn't the first time I have done this. It's the first time in some years.
When was the last time?
There is no time where I come from anymore. She says, I don't know.
You don't remember? Okay.
I don't know. We talk soon. Not yet.
No, I can wait. Just tell me where I'm bringing you.
She says, when we reach the stone, you will see it. There is a spiral marked on the stone. You will see it in the light. Tell me. And she falls asleep.
Okay. And just make sure she's not comfortable, but
as comfortable as one can make. It's about half an hour worth of walking. And as she suggests, there is a small menhir with a spiral pattern, old, graven into it, moss up the side, lichen, and it buzzes slightly with flies, even at this late hour, all picked out in the silvery moonlight of Mansley. You're not sure where to go next. You'll have to wake her up.
You'll jostle his shoulders just a bit.
And she's like, yeah. And a clawed hand passes out in front of his face as she points upwards. That way, you will need to hack past bush, down, and then into the small grove. We will talk there. There is a small circle. We will move within the circle. You will see it. Go.
Okay, right. Left.
You pass down, hack your way past some bushes, and indeed there, amongst the clumps behind, there is an old stone circle. Indeed, it is also a henge with a small dip all the way around, a ditch. The henge part. There's the stone, there's the henge.
Would he have seen this from where Corrobreth had brought him? No.
I know. No. He was looking down towards the south. This is up towards the north and towards the Barren Hills. It's not the greatest of circles. We're talking not more than maybe about 5 to 10 paces across. In total, there are 20 stones, all of which are leaning slightly inwards like their claws. And in the very center, there's a small stone table raised up on 2 other stones. All the way around this stone table, there were runes. Not ruins, like we said the last time when we were making our way through with
Can't be that much space for buildings in here, Andy.
Runes carved into it, but they are so old and water has eroded it for so long that these runes are indistinguishable from almost any other natural formation. If it wasn't for the fact that they were clearly all there.
There's a pattern.
There's a definite pattern that isn't natural, but if you'd just seen one, you might have gone, oh, that's nothing. But with them all laid round the edge.
Yeah.
And she, yes, pass through the circle.
He'll walk on, but he's very curious. So he's like fully attuned in any sense that he has, be it physical or ethereal.
Do yourself a perception test.
Chill?
I would say that he is currently quite tense. It's fair to say that
no.
Going to make it a bit tougher than normal.
Yeah.
As you pass through the periphery, and for all his preternatural senses are unaware of any significant change. His quite material senses are the opposite. Mansleep soars across the sky and pulls full directly above him.
So this is like in the Damon's Ball when he had stepped in and suddenly...
Moore's leap.
Yeah.
But this is man's leap. It's silvery light spreading out. She says, you can put me down, put me down, put me down, put me down. Hit you with her stick slightly.
Oh, you know what? You don't need to hit me. I'm putting you down.
Yes! And she sits down and then pulls herself cross-legged at the other side of the table, looks round. This is an old circle. We used to use this for meetings.
Well, time doesn't exist, so how is anything old?
You have a Grumfeld mouth on you.
That's what I've been told.
Pride of the Grumfelds. It will be their undoing. As she blinks her eyes. I have not been here. She looks up. The goddess.
The goddess? Mansleep? Is this the one that Corrobreth respects?
She smiles. Oh, you have been taught nothing, have you?
I've been taught different things, maybe.
She says, let me... A long, long time ago, I used to walk the forests of Ostermark, Griffinwood, down towards what is now Deadwood, and into parts of Slovenia, what is now Kislev. I was brought up in the old ways. And the goddess will always watches on. You can tell when you're in the most sacred of sites. Looks up, because the goddess always watches. The goddess takes on any form she wishes.
Right. So it's not always.
And this, what she looks down upon, this is what she looks after. The world, the land, the great cycles of life. Fertility, life, birth, death. She is all of them. There is no right and there is no wrong of it. It is nature. It is her. And all of her children play beneath her. They all come from her. My version that I was taught is very different to the Grumfeld version, although apparently you were not even taught this. You were only taught of, you are a great hero. My son tells me of this. You are great hero of past. Except no, Maven, she is a liar. You are not great hero of past. Oh, such is the heartache, such is the pain. Oh no, my life, my life. It's all nonsense. Who cares what is what? That is the goddess. She looks down upon us. What more do we need to know?
Well, does she look down and just be okay that apparently the end times come?
She doesn't care one way or the other. She just watches. Life is life.
What
all
if
things
there's
come
nothing for
to
her
an
to
end.
watch over?
All things come to an end.
Even the goddess.
Everything. There is a beginning, there is a middle, there is an end. For some it is short, for some it is the fly. Like maggot, crawls out in morning, takes to the wing, and by evening dies in the brook.
Yeah.
For others, it is a great breath of life that lasts for a year, a 10-year, 20-year, longer. And then you have the world itself. It breathes much more slowly.
What about people who end, but then just seem to go back to their middle?
Well, there are ways around things. Everything has a rule. Everything has an order. Everything. And all of us, we are but creatures of our own whims, the creation of the goddess. This world exists because of the goddess. We exist because of the goddess. And she does not care. So if we take liberties one way or another, then she does not care of that either. Which is why I'm taking you up here. You You show concern about Corrobreth.
Well, I saw him die.
He didn't die.
My elf friend saw the body.
He didn't die.
And her eyes are very sharp.
Corrobreth has been dead for almost 2 centuries.
And who have we been speaking to then?
Corrobreth. See, the cycle of life has been disrupted in so many places, sometimes for good, sometimes for ill, always for a reason, but often there are consequences. The Great Circle, it was made for a reason 500 years ago. And that reason had consequences, because the only way it could do what it needed to do was to stop how we perceive time, how we perceive passing, how we perceive life. And that is what happens in the Great Circle. There's no beginning, there is no end, there is no time. Everything is ceased.
So that's why, as we cut through areas, it just goes back to...
Magic returns it to the state that it had before. It is a trap. It is designed to hold something.
So if I stay here,
you would
well,
never
not
age.
here, but in
you would
the
never
circle.
age. You would stay here and live. It is why Corrobreth was brought here by me.
But then what's the end? You said all things end under the goddess.
One day the world itself will end.
Right.
Think of it like this. In your body there are humors, the movement of your life. Yeah?
Yeah.
And what has happened here is someone has taken your blood and tapped a bit out and set it into a small cycle over here. As long as you are alive, whatever is attached to your blood will also be alive. And that is what is down there, over there, which I have come out of. But to talk of it in there is dangerous.
What would happen?
Well, time itself, the passage of life, the cycle of life has stopped. None of the villagers grow old. None of them die. None of them have children. They are just who they are.
Do they know?
No.
So
they are caught in time.
Every day is just
a new day.
Another day. They don't think, 2 years ago, Johnny over there was the exact same.
That is why I'm telling you here, because you will forget much of what happens in there.
Does Corrobreth know?
He has no idea. Corrobreth thinks he lives, but he is my boy, and I would not let him die.
But if he...
I am just a mother.
On his route, let's say, if he were to have an accident, he would die.
Yeah, but if I could bring him back here, he would come back.
So if I die and just came back here?
You were not there when this circle was made.
Okay.
He was one of the ones who built it. And I have been living within it ever since, almost.
But he's forgotten.
He's forgotten much. Because he has lived within it.
Right.
I live right on the periphery, right on the edge, where I can keep my mind. But I am aging. When I came here, I was 40 summers. And in all the time I have lived in that hut, I am now what I appear right now. And it has been, from what I can tell from those who visit, maybe 500 years.
Some run-ins.
Yeah, but it is for a purpose. It is to keep what is there. But it is not there, but it is there. See, every day it is retrapped. No matter how it flees, it is stuck. The area is a trap. It is designed to hold something.
Just like the bowl was. Something that's now gone.
Yeah. The bowl, it is not the only one. There are others. That one was held that one was 200 years ago. Corrobreth made it. He made it. I did not come. I was afraid of what would happen if I left. Corrobreth, though, he was part of the circle when it was made. He's tied to the circle. 5 of the elders inside the village, they were once druids. They don't remember it anymore. The ones who first made this place. They are still there. Every morning, they wake up where they once were, except for Corrobreth, because he has died.
So he just experiences
Now he
life and time.
And he can leave. He is, I don't understand. You see, I tell you things like I am an authority, but I don't understand it either. I don't know how it works. I did not make this. Sure. I only have my experiences of what I have witnessed.
Yeah, surely experience is going to trump being an authority. You've witnessed it.
Yeah, but I don't understand why. Why can Corrobreth leave?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't understand why the sun comes up, but it does.
That.
Who else knows?
Oh. This is why I'm telling you. No one really. No one. And I am dying. I will be dead. Who knows when? I'm old. Every time I leave, I feel it, my actual age. I have been aging very slowly. I am not dead yet. I have got, I hope, some time. But that place, it brings unhealthy life. Constant pain. There are things inside me that shift and they cause me much agony. That is because I live here. She raises up her spindly arm. There's growths sitting on the length of it.
It's almost like, to use a reference outside of the lore, like Deadpool, where he's riddled with cancer, but his healing factor keeps it a perfect balance.
I think that seems, although in this case, not so much perfect balance, just a very slow degradation.
Yeah. But when she steps out, everything is way worse.
Yeah.
When she's there, it's like a trickle through the funnel. And all
it does is slow it all down. Yeah. She'll still have all the pain.
Oh,
She'll still have all... Yeah, poor woman. Yeah. But she doesn't want to go because who else can look after my boy? If I told you this in there, you would forget.
Well... Why is it someone has to look after him? Should he not be looking after?
He's weak.
I don't know him.
He is my son. And his mind is weak. He has died many times. He is not the only one. Every time they die and they are reborn, they forget a bit of themselves. A part of their mind slips away. Corrobreth has died maybe 30, 40 times.
Wow. But he still seems to know an awful lot from the talk I had with him.
Well, this is his most... It has been maybe 20 years since last he died. 20 years that he would know things. And he has died again, so much of what he was will go.
Do you think this one circle is not a unique thing? Because there's an awful lot of old druids.
This circle is unique.
Right.
This one is unique. There is nothing else like it, and we keep it quiet. It was made by our family.
So then all these other old people are extending it some other way. Because Maven is not as...
Maven.
She's older than she appears, is what I would hazard a guess at.
You bring up Maven.
Well, you brought her up earlier.
Maven. She is the trickster who walks. That is who she is. She is, I think, one of the old cunning folk.
I don't know what that means.
There are many old traditions across the blessed land, and the cunning folk are one of them. Those who deal with the cats and the foxes. Those who twist in shadows and illusion. Those who play with minds like they are butter, to be cooked into something fresh, to be melted according to their ploy and plan.
So the Greys.
You know such. I seen your colleges. I went out to them.
Aye, Corrobreth said that you were trained.
I had them come to me. I talked to them. I have learned much of them. I taught it to Corrobreth in turn, but later. He's forgotten a lot of it.
I know.
But not like those.
Right.
They are like, how can we compare? I am looking for word means other word. Consider the old cunning folk like, consider them like your great families, the great families. And then consider the Jade College. They are not the same. They are not the same at all. And the old cunning folk. She is one of those. Very old tradition. As old as the hills. I met her.
Did she come here?
Mm-hmm. I believe now that she works out of a town to the west.
Does Elrick know where she would be? No. He would have just known her.
You'd have said east, though, if she was in Talabheim or Talabheim or somewhere equivalent, and she's gone west. Again, looking at our map, which I'm afraid to say you can't see. Yeah. You are currently all the way up here at the Barren Hills. The Kemp Badge went up there. Here's the Great Circle here. So west would be that way.
Yeah.
And you would have expected her to be over here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the old map there's Talabheim. I can't quite see where. That's the Emperor on the one.
I mean, we're in Talabheim.
Yeah, so you're down there. There's Talabheim land. There's Reikland, and you're currently on the confluence of that river right there.
Right.
And again, apologies for not being able to see that map.
Just have Aaron put it in post.
Yeah. Corner goblin, do your work.
What? So she's left Talabheim. When?
Maybe I don't know.
Recent, like the family haven't mentioned anything.
Don't know.
Right. Okay. No, it's just strange. I thought that was her seat.
She says, "I can do things. I can." She raises up her gnarled fingers and looks up. Starts speaking. Old Belfani.
Which Elrick has no clue about.
Appeals to the mother goddess. Vines start growing up the edges of the stones, and light spills down from above, filling the entirety of the circle in an almost holy white light as she sits in the center, appealing upwards, and then prostrating herself. And then on the table, there's a shifting and a moving, and the old runes at the edge move across the stone and shift in the center until they form into a pattern that looks similar to a rampant stag.
A familiar rampant stag?
As familiar as they come. That is the symbol of House Jungfreud. I do not know what this means. A stag.
I think I know. We have a stag with us.
You think the stag is he? Her?
No, I think she's working or advising the stag. But not the one that's with me, the stag's father.
Maybe it is the stag himself who has carried the influence of this trickster. You would know it. The influence is on him. He will start to lie. He will start to pretend he is one thing while he's doing another. And the shadows will begin to show.
Just because we're doing this at a post time. Fuck!
The things you put together. As she leans forward and goes, who can say? Who can say? What I can say for certain is that you have another problem, which is not the same, but I think may be connected. The cunning folk, they had Like us, we would work with the mother. They worked in the realm of cats and magpies and shadows. Thieves dwell, those who steal and bargain.
I've got one of those too.
I am bringing this up because you have to watch for the certainty of... I do not know how to say it cleanly, in a way you will understand. I do. You are in danger. Now, you must know this.
Yeah.
Your life is danger.
Ever since...
But you are in danger from someone who is with you.
Who? Well...
The father.
Yeah.
The father is a danger to you.
Aye, but he's not... He's not like the other Sigmarites.
That is why he is a danger.
Why, the other ones would burn me, or, well, they'd try.
He is... He is a danger. I do not know how else to say it. Watch him. It is the way he talks with such certainty. Look, what he does is he speaks with a certainty of purpose that comes from no source of certain intelligence, so to speak. What he is doing is he is making choices without making the choices. He is doing the things without doing the things. You can see it in his eyes. A choice is made. He made no such choice. His certainty will be your downfall. Watch him and watch what he does. And watch as he starts to do things that you would not expect him to do. Right. Watch for this. I give you this warning and I give it to you here, far from where he can hear. We have to come out here because he could hear and he is listening. He is listening to you now.
He hears a lot.
That is why I bring you here in truth. Here, where the goddess herself is watching down and make sure there is no lie. He could not come here. The shadow he would cast would throttle him, take away his life if he came inside this circle. He would not survive it. The goddess would not allow it.
But he would cast a shadow here because ever since the ball, he seems to have lost the shadow.
Yes. Lost. What has he lost and what has he gained? Watching him.
I'm wary. I understand, but I don't feel danger from him.
Is that not the way of infiltration? You never feel danger until the day they slip a dagger between your shoulder blades.
Aye, but what kind of life is that?
A careful one. We all have to be careful sometimes. And I have now given you warning. If you are not careful, it is your own choice.
All right.
You know, it's...
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know that you're in the right, your heart's in the right place.
How much longer? And she looks up at you. I don't know where you are going, Elrick, Corrobreth. I don't know what you will do. But I do know one thing for certain. That Nathan has made you. Then someone will suffer your wrath in a way that none will expect. Maybe it be Maven herself.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
Now you say that. As you grow old, things that once feel like torture may become familiar and happy memories. Wisdom is not always held by the wise. I should go back. My son will start soon. I cannot keep him low for long. The magic flows through him. When dawn comes, he will awaken no matter what. Your friends, they will sleep until I return. He will not. And he will ask questions. They will be uncomfortable, and I don't want to answer questions.
No.
But you can ask one if you want, if you have one. I'll let you ask one. I dragged you out here. It seems only fair. You gave me some time, I give you some time. Don't ask anything awkward. She stretches. The pain here is a little less, but not much less, and I would like to get back inside the circle.
All things end, I understand. You'll die. Corrobreth will take over. He will protect. But well, that would be what you would like, maybe.
It won't happen.
So what if I took over?
You don't know anything. And what is there to take over? There is nothing down there anymore. All you would be doing is extending your life. Is that all you want?
No.
To avoid death? If you wish to, come here. This place is death. I sometimes think that Moore himself made this place. That this is just an afterlife of sorts, that you can pass through if you wish. Where death itself isn't so much held back, but is made manifest. Corrobreth is dead. I brought him here, and like a deal from an old tale, he comes back to life because this is where he is from. He splutters back to life, and I will not leave my boy.
It's not so much here, but the circles. People have to watch them.
Why?
But haven't they always?
Not these ones. They were made by Corrobreth, mostly. To try and hold back the worst that happened to the Green Hills.
So from Elrick's knowledge around where he grew up, there was like tended ones.
All of them. Yeah, totally.
So they're different than back home.
And she says, you are talking about the old circles. These are different. These are all new ones, built for purpose. Using old tricks that I taught Corrobreth.
All right, so they're meant to go. They're not meant to stay.
Not all of them I taught. Some he knew already, but he has forgotten them. These do not require tending. They are not part of the elves.
Mm-hmm.
And she spits.
But they can be broken, as we've seen.
They are powerful. You can tend them if you wish. Corrobreth comes out and he looks after the ones he built. He likes to look at them, remember them, stay away from them. The ones he knows are dangerous, he avoids. The ones he knows are safe, he enters. This one is safe.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if the offer's there, but if it's not needing tending.
I would rather just be carried home.
Yeah, that's fine. You ready?
No.
Well, we'll go anyway.
Da. Out the circle.
And he'll have enough sense to know the way back.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
So he'll get
along the river, back
as quickly
down,
as he can.
And she starts to wake up as slowly but surely the periphery comes. And you reach the point where you start feeling the rise of the Gyron around you until you're quite certain you're definitely within. She eventually comes up and becomes, in comparison to what she was, spry. As she's making her way back up, bending over, picking up some stuff, throwing things away.
That same snake. Fuck off.
Yes, in the same place.
Ah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Even that is slightly unnerving.
Is that why there's no birds? Because they can just fly.
They were possibly scared away right at the very beginning, all flew away, and it's only the crawling and creeping things that have been left behind.
Yeah, or it's like a dome.
Yeah. Lots of things running through Elrick's mind as you're brought back, and you can hear the gentle sounds of sleeping of everybody from within.
And it's dawn, you said, yeah.
Pardon?
It's coming to dawn.
Yes, coming up towards dawn. And she turns round and she pokes you with her stick.
Why?
Shh. Do not tell Corrobreth anything. And you watch that priest.
Yeah.
He will show himself one day to be a traitor, trust me.
Both accounts, yes. Okay.
And she comes in and sits down and bringing that tale on the River Reik to an end.